Editing Kristen here. I am so sorry for the delay. These past couple months have been insane. The moment I would decide to launch my YouTube channel, work and life would just implode and go crazy. Absolutely go crazy. Go figure, right? But anyways, I hope y'all enjoy this video. It was shot back in October. It's now December 7th. So, love you guys. Well, good morning and welcome to Hot Mess Glam. I am Kristen, your hostess with the mostest. Not really. Anyways, guys, I thought for today's video, we would do a fall look. Even though technically it is fall, but here in Texas, as you can see, it does not feel fall. This morning I had my baby all bundled up in case it's gonna be in the 50s, and it wasn't. It was warm. Poor baby. Yeah. So, and I promise you, my hair will not always be in a messy bun, but the messy bun's gonna be here a lot, or the messy whatever this is. You know, the higher the hair, the closer to God. I'm trying to get extra close to Jesus today. Got our coffee here. There's still some coffee. This is actually my second cup. And I've got some sweet tea here. So your girl's caffeinated. But anyways, most of the products that are going to be used today will be high-end or higher end. They're not necessarily going to be drugstore. The only exceptions, of course, will be our cream contour, which is from Ulta. The number 7 Lift and Illuminator Concealer. I do love that. The brows, which will be by courtesy of L'Oreal. And of course, our Wet n Wild Brow Obsessive Brow Gel. Oh, and the CoverGirl. This is the Perfect Point Plus eyeliner. I really do love that. And of course, a little bit of NYX lip liners. But everything else is going to be higher end. So to get started, let's go ahead and go with our Perfect Canvas by Ren Clean Skincare. I love this stuff. I got it in a BoxyCharm, I believe, which is where a lot of the stuff came from. Some things I purchased myself. And we're just going to kind of wipe it on there. We're not going to go too crazy, because this stuff really, a little bit goes a long ways. I'm gonna need a little bit more than that, apparently. But yes. There, so we have it. I mainly did it in the T-zone because that's where, if my foundation is gonna wear off, that's where it's gonna go first. We're gonna do a little bit of Icy Sherbet Primer by Touch and Soul. I love this stuff. It is really cool. The packaging is absolutely amazing. It does have scent, but it smells nice and floral. I love that. So pretty. We're going to put that where we want the pores to go away. Okay. That is refreshing. As far as icy, I don't know. It does have a cooling effect. So, and wow, my hair's... Did you know Cinnabon has a coffee flavor? So, next, we are going to conceal, or at least attempt... Okay, so I have a lot of darkness, if you haven't already noticed, because I don't sleep. We're going to use our Kevin Aucoin, and this is the Sensual Skin Enhancer. This is an SX01. It's a pretty good shade for me. It's maybe a slight bit dark for where I would like for it to go. I'm going to adjust my mirror so I can see myself, you know. And I've got a little texture here because, well, Mother Nature. It doesn't take a lot. That's probably a little much, but... And I put it, you know, along the bridge of my nose, by the inner corner of my eye, and kind of just pat it out. You could use a concealer brush or your finger. Probably gonna do a little bit more right there. Now I know that, you know, I'm filming on my phone. So of course, you know, it's not gonna be as clear as it would on an actual camera. But, I mean, I can see a difference. I love it because it works. I will tell you this, you work in a tiny bit. I've had this forever. Okay, and it's only like that because it's shifted. It hasn't always been stored like it should. This stuff a little bit goes a long ways, and so sometimes I'll use it like that acne scar. Sometimes I'll use it to conceal other things, and then sometimes I let my imperfections just, you know, speak for themselves. If you work in light layers, like thin layers, it will. I guess thin would be better. And yeah, I've got a little bit of postpartum hair loss. Yay, mine was delayed. But if you work in thin layers, guys, it's not going to cake. It will cake if you work in thick layers, or just glob it on. Do not glob it on with this. You will regret it. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Now, I love this because it's a 1, 2, 3 process. They have a prime, an enhance, and a smoke here on the back. They kind of tell you what to do. And I have kept this. I really wish, guys, they would not put... As expensive as this palette was, okay, I really wish that they would not put the names of the shadows on here. Now, it's pretty much the same. Prime, Enhance, Smoke, Prime, so it's the same names, not technically eyeshadow names, but you get what I'm saying. Like, why? Can we not just put the 1, 2, 3 below here? Now, you've got day. It says day right here. You've got desk. Desk. You've got desk. Desk. I thought that said desk. It's desk. You've got day, dusk, date, ooh, and dream. Now, I will probably save this look, which it is gorgeous, when we get closer to the holidays, okay? So for today's look, I think we're gonna kind of borrow from all three of these. I wanna definitely use this more orangey, kind of a terracotta color. It's more of a terracotta. We might use that in the crease, the lighter peach color. We have 2 shimmers here on the day, so we'll definitely borrow from those. And I'm not gonna use the darkest brown, but I'm probably gonna use the middle here, which is like a nice chocolate, warm, still neutral. It's a neutral warm, okay? We're gonna say neutral warm there. And I think that's what we're gonna work with, okay? So let's get into it. Now there is not, unfortunately, I wish, the only thing that gripes me out this palette is there is not a matte bone shade. And I get it, not everybody is my color. I think that's what they were trying to achieve here, but it's a little too dark for me to use all over the lid, okay? You see what I'm saying? So I get it, not everybody's pale like me. Okay, so instead we're gonna borrow, now this is Well Loved. This is Smashbox. This is their contour palette. It has a contour, a bronze, and a highlight. It's all matte. The highlight is a matte highlight. It's well used. I have to be very, very light-handed in this department because it is just a little too pigmented, deep, dark, whatever for my skin tone. Okay, I blended with the wall. I really need to have some color in my background because I kind of just blend in. Like if I sit still, see, I disappeared just now for you. Totally disappeared. I know, I get it. So we're gonna use that matte shade. I have to be light-handed with this as well because it's a little on the neutral. It almost looks yellow on me. It's so neutral. Take that matte, light colored shade, and we're just gonna set. And yeah, if there's any creases, pat them out. That's one thing, again, about that Kevyn Aucoin concealer, is if you don't glob it on and you're very light-handed with it, you're gonna be fine. And I'm a little shiny because I have my skincare on. I always start with my skincare. In the morning and at night, we skincare around here. Okay, so light-handedly, she looks good. And I'm gonna go into that light kind of skin tone shade. And I'm gonna kind of keep it in the crease and work it down on the lid. This brush is not dirty, it's just stained. I can't even remember now what stained it. I've decided to kind of blow it out. Not all the way into the brow, but here on the outsides. Okay, this stuff's incredibly pigmented, so please, please, please be warned and be very careful, be mindful of that. All right, next I'm going to take, and it's a Luxie 229 tapered blending brush. Again, it's stained. I wish I knew what it was. And we're gonna go with this light terracotta color right here in the date section. So I know I said I was gonna go with that peachy color. We might, that light peach, we might. And I'm gonna go just below that where I'd put my crease color. And I'm just gonna blend mostly on the outside and onto the lid. Careful to stop 3/4 of the way. So it's incredibly pigmented. We know this about Charlotte Tilbury. If you're not familiar with the brand, it is a luxury brand. It is quite expensive. I don't quite remember how much this palette was, but it was more than $45, I think. I don't remember. Let's figure it out. But everything's pigmented. This is all I've ever tried from her so far. And well, I have a lipstick too. I have the Kidman color, I believe it is. Kind of a corally peachy color. Now, what I like to do a lot of blending, is I'm going to take a clean, fluffy blending brush, and this one is by Morphe, and that's all it says. And I'm just working that outside, and I'm kind of dragging it up, trying to blow it out a little bit without blending away the differences in the colors. So I love this color because it really makes my eyes like just go pop, shine, right? Cool. All right. Next, I'm going to take another Morphe, and this is just a really tiny tapered blending brush. I mean, it is tiny. If we were to compare the three that I've used so far, it is by far the smallest. So it is just, yeah. have small eyes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we are going to take, in the Day palette, we're going to take this middle shade right here, and we're going to work it even further into the eye. About that far. And I'm just going to let it come out to the edge a little bit. And what we're going to do, right now my eye looks kind of dragged. When I do my concealer, foundation, all that, we're going to angle it up just a little bit. So we're going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up. I'm going to go back to the one that had that first crease color. I'm just going to blend the top. Careful to not disturb the bottom portions. I think I am going to use that light peach. Okay, so we're going to take with our finger. I know, crazy, right? Groundbreaking. We're going to take that light peach color. It's really pretty. And I'm going to tap that, keeping it low. Love that color. Really pretty. And I kind of got it a little messy on the inside, and that's okay because we're going to dust it away in a second. Now, right now it looks a little funny, but I do want to play with some of the shimmers, and so I keep going back and forth. I love this middle one, but it's not really going to match the tone of our eyeshadow. So we're going to put this lighter color in the middle. That's why I went ahead. Normally I would do the peach right here and then do the lighter color on the inner corner. I'm just going for a different look. There is no wrong. This is the very first color in the, this is the very first shade, I should say, in the Day. I have a train. I live near a train track. You know this. And I'm gonna kind of put it a little bit, just dabbing. So I decided to cover some of the peach. I love the color, but I wasn't loving the way it jived with the look. Okay. Kind of blend it in. All right. I love this eyeshadow palette. I don't use it often just because it is probably the single most expensive thing I've ever bought as far as makeup, and I don't want to ever use it up, so. Love it. Okay, eyeliner. We're gonna go with it. Very rarely these days do I use liquid. I used to use it all the time. I'm kind of going more towards a cream pencil, but here's where we're gonna go. Hopefully I can match that on the other side. I'm just going with a little winglet. Absolutely love it. And I'm gonna go a little bit further in, I think. It's okay, the eyelashes, that's the word, we'll cover that. Okay, now I have the Man-Eater eyeliner. I don't know, I do better with this kind of tip. It's a felt tip. I prefer brush, but it's been very few brush tips that I've found lately that I like. And this is a felt, but it's very, very thin, as you can see. The Man-Eater from Tarte is just, I don't know if it's just a little thick on the end, but I always screw it up, always. I do prefer a more tapered thing. If I had the one critique of the Man-Eater mascara by Tarte is I wish the tip of it was more tapered. Now, we're gonna go with foundation. So I have with me both the NARS and Yukon, which is light 2.5. It's a little dark for me. And then my all-time favorite, my holy grail, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I wear it in Shell, which is 1C0. I don't remember if this is their lightest shade, but if not, it's pretty close. So what I do is I take the NARS and I will dot it. And see, it's a little dark for me. It is. Not hard to do. And I'll just take it and I'll dot it. Kind of around here. I'm not contouring with it. It's probably more than I needed. Need a little bit more. I have to be careful along here because I don't have much space between my hairline and my brows. So I always get nervous when I get waxed on my brows because I'm afraid they're going to rip them off. I've had them ruined before. All right, so I'm going to take my little flat kabuki brush and I'm just going to blend it in, buff it in. Because this is so full coverage, I'm working on light layers. my earring. Ah, that stinks. This is also why I always fix my hair after I do my makeup. So I did a very light layer. I am going full glam, but then I'm kind of not too. So we're going to take a little bit of the Double Wear by Estee Lauder and Shell. I love this stuff. I wore this and the Dior Air Flash for my bridal makeup. And I got married last May in 2020. It's a lot lighter. It's a good match. I need. My only gripe is I wish it was a pump. And it's glass. So there's that. Travel is not fun. But this will stay all day because I got married outside, outdoor wedding, outdoor reception. Except for, I mean, it's in a barn. It was, but it's not really technically a barn, but it was open air. But the weather, oh my gosh, weather's wrong. I did my wet, damp beauty blender, my booty blender. How smooth any brush strokes out. Okay, now I'm going to take the concealer, the Lift and Illuminate by number 7. This is in Fair, which for me, it's not quite fair enough. And really, I don't know why I just did that. That's already covered. Oh well. Oh well. We're good. I'm doing a lot of coverage today because my sleep has not been great with the baby. I will say this, when I fall asleep, honey, I am out. I have never slept so hard in my life. Hashtag exhausted. Okay, so we're almost done with the complexion. I know it's been a hot second. We're going to take and we're going to contour a little bit. I'm going to do a little different today. I'm going to use a flat ink kabuki brush. As my hair is starting to grow in, I'm getting so many baby hairs. I lost my hair late due to the birth. It didn't happen. Postpartum hair loss did not happen right away for me. It hit me a little bit later. Then I remember it doing. It always hits me a little bit later though if I'm going to do it. Now the nose is a little rough. I know. I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and we have a little bit of contouring, not a lot, but there we go. Now we're going to powder. Okay, I'm going to use Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Neo Setting Powder, Matte to Glow. I use the Vegevas out of the glow part, which is right there. Make sure no creases. This is the Alamar brightening brush. It's perfect for me. We're going to use the glow on the tip. I'm going to glow right here. Basically, I'm just going to glow all over. Because even though this is a fall look, I don't want to look dry. And I'm going to take the other portion of the powder and just kind of, there, dab it around. Now for our main powder, we are going to use the, say it with me, Laura Mercier. This is the translucent powder. It's a setting powder. It's the loose one. I absolutely love this. We are going to use our Moda RNL. This is their big powder brush. It's a powder brush. A little bit in the lid. All right. Just to kind of set everything, set it, forget it, and let's go. Now, I'm going to use a Smashbox. I've got to be careful with this. Okay. Now, I'm going to use a contour. I'm going to use that same angled brush. It's dry. It's not wet. And I'm just going to lightly tap.
Take the residual on the sides. And that's all we're doing with that. Kind of knock it down with some powder. Now, if your contour is ever a little much, take a powder that isn't try it with a translucent. You can take a powder that maybe isn't translucent and that's your skin tone and kind of lightly go over, and that will help, okay? We're going to bronze. We're going to use that middle shade, which is bronze, and we're going to take our angled brush here by Alamar and kind of hit where the sunlight would hit us if we were ever in the sun. Okay, now some blush. We can go. Now I haven't forgotten my eyebrows or the underneath or the lips. We're getting there. Okay, we're getting there. I'm just gonna use my Precision foundation brush. It's actually a foundation brush. I use it as a blush brush sometimes because it's how I roll. All right, and this is by Luxie. We are gonna use the Ambient Lighting Blush in Diffused Heat by Hourglass. Absolutely love this. It's so pretty. I wanted the lighter shade and I can't remember the name of it, but we could not find it. I got this in a boxy, of course. Just a little dab of it. Now, I absolutely love the Alamar Cosmetics Blushing Trio. This is Fair Light. Now, some of these are a little much for me, so I very likely will go into Castaway or Pariso or Scorcher. We're going to do a little bit of Scorcher. Tap, tap. We're going to tap and use this kind of as a highlighter, but kind of not. Maybe a little bit of Castaway. All right, we're gonna use some powder. Just kind of knock everything down. Alrighty then. Now, we are going to take our Maybelline, this is a cream pencil, and I'm going to tight line. Not all the way, but just on the inside. And I will take just a small smudger brush. We're going to go into that medium chocolate brown that we had talked about earlier on the date set. And kind of set the eyeliner, but at the same time smudging in the last line. Because I'm kind of going for that very smoky, not quite soft glam, but sort of. Here. I don't use this palette enough. I know, I need to. I really, really need to because I paid for it. So, yeah. This is a brow brush by Eyebrow and Eyeliner Brush by, I have no idea. I don't remember. But I'm going to take a little bit of that light highlighter color in the day portion of that palette. I'm going to take the Ciate Watermelon Burst Setting Spray and spray it. I don't like that spray on that one. This is why I don't use this. This spray is just a little much. You know what? I'm going to have to use my finger. Some things just do better. There. The spray really didn't do much for it. I don't know if the spray does anything other than just make you smell watermelon. Okay. Now we're going to do bottom mascara. Clump is going to be the death of me. Love it. The hair's going everywhere today. Next, we're going to do brows, okay? And we're going to kind of keep them simple. This, okay, so I've never had this happen before. I've used this L'Oreal brow before many times, brow stylist definer, and this spoolie part keeps popping out. Story of my life. This tail is thicker than the other one. And I think it's like when they do your brows and you're laying down and they're leaning, they don't angle this one that much, but they angle the crap out of that one. Drives me crazy. But this brow is finally recovered from getting gipped. That outer portion was taken off completely about a month ago. Okay. I could have just used this to brush it up. I think I'm gonna stop using that spoolie on the thing because it messes up all the time. I love my brows. It's not everybody's brow, but it's my brow. I used to do the concealer part where you kind of could clean it up and more define them, and I probably should because my brows are so light, but I don't. We're gonna go for lips. I'm gonna use the NYX Professional Crayon in Nude Pink. These are very dry pencils. Now I brought my Becca lipstick in Dusk. Very loved. A little dirty. It's okay. It's okay. I have my Giorgio Armani color in 524. It's kind of a darker. Then I have that lighter color, which is 103. Didn't put the names on it. And then I have a Rowan, and this is in Charlie. It's a lip gloss. So I think I'm going to try and work with this color and do light layers. Even though you can't see the lip liner, I do that because it kind of helps hold it onto my lips. It looks a lot darker on camera than it really is in person. But I purposely don't put a whole lot on there because I'm not comfortable with dark lips. And for me, this is dark. The whole look's dark. And I'm going to take that lighter color. Stamp it in the middle. Now, these lipsticks are not transfer proof by no means, but that's okay. They're pretty. A little more muted. Could do a little bit of lip gloss. Because they do dry down somewhat. Reminds me of a chocolate mint. You know the little thin mints? I only do the lip gloss in the middle. But it reminds me of a chocolate mint. His name's Charlie. Love that. Alright, so we're going to do lashes. And let me go get those. You may realize that my hair's down. I just brushed it with a little bit of dry shampoo. What I had left. Okay, so this is the Ardell 426. I've worn them. We wouldn't expect any less from me, would we? No, we wouldn't. But they're absolutely gorgeous. Let me just stick it on there so you can kind of get an idea. They're very fluttery. They're very light. See? Very, very pretty. And I love these. They're more of a natural look. They're not the blown out, huge, epic lashes, but they're nice. Scoot in and pick the color. I'll have to show you my makeup in a little better lighting. My bathroom has excellent lighting, but the problem is, a big mirror yet. I haven't found one. And I don't have, like, counter space that's high enough. Then my vanity doesn't face the big, huge mirror. My vanity doesn't face the big window that's over the tub. And it's hard to do my makeup. Love them. It's a very fall, very it's not vampy. It's just very, like, I wish I was going to a pumpkin patch. I wish it was cool enough to wear my hair down and wear this shirt because it's a little thicker. It's not like t-shirt. It's like a thin sweater, so it's still sweater material. So, there's that. But I really do wish we were going to a pumpkin patch right now. But we're not. We're not. Y'all could see my desk right now. It is covered. It is so covered. covered in it. Going to tight line. Bring that one in a little bit more. All right, now let's spray. Oh, maybe not. All right, guys, so what do you think? It's fall, y'all. That's all I can say. It's fall, y'all, in Texas, and it is hot as all get out. All right, 87 degrees today. I hope wherever you're at that your day is going well, that you feel loved or appreciated, and hopefully both. And just take care, guys, and remember, you too can fall, y'all, even if it is hot as all get out. Take care, guys. Bye.